What's up, Gator Nation? I am with Tyler Jordan here, one of the first commits of this incoming 2015 class for the University of Florida. And we welcome him in now. Tyler, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing real well. You were, again, one of the first guys to commit to Will Muschamp in this upcoming class. Tell me exactly what it was about Florida that made you want to pull the trigger right away.
I really just felt at home, I guess you could say. I went up there for 2 consecutive visits, week after week, and I hung out with the players, went to a softball game, just kind of got the feel of being one of their teammates, and then being in the meetings with the coaches and talking to them also. I got that kind of homey feel, I guess you could say.
Well, since you've committed, there have been a lot of guys to join you in terms of committing to the University of Florida. It's shaping up to be one of the best classes in the country, and we'll get to your part of that in a second, but talk about exactly what Will Muschamp does that makes him so good at getting these top-rated guys.
He's just a really good recruiter. He wants to get to know you. He wants to be your friend, I guess, and he wants to build a relationship with you and kind of show you that he can be your coach, and this can be, you can be his coach slash, trying to think of a way to say it, but you guys know each other well. You come in for camp and stuff like that, so you really get to know him, and he sells all that Florida has really hard.
Well, you know as well as everybody in the country that uncommitted guys are very impressionable. And, the coaches can only do so much, and the other committed players have a big role in it. Talk about your role in terms of recruiting for the University of Florida.
Well, basically I go out and I kind of reach out to some recruits and kind of try to sell or give them my whole spiel on what the school is, what the school's about, and what they could do with being in Florida, like what the pros are, and there are no really cons. But I just tell them it's a great place and that we're trying to build a top class and that they're one of the missing pieces to the puzzle.
Well, you are not the only major offensive lineman the University of Florida's got. George Brown, a very highly touted guy, just committed a couple weeks ago with a baby gator. I think a lot of people like to see that. Did you know he was coming to Florida, and what role did you have in his commitment?
I kind of did a little. He kind of talked about Florida more than any other school, and funny story, we were both at Kentucky at the spring game, and like 2 years back for their spring game, and one of the fans meant to attack us in a tweet together on Twitter, so we kind of exchanged numbers, and we kind of texted a little bit, but then we started texting again and kind of picked that relationship back up. So we've known each other for a pretty long time.
Well, I'm sure that you do a very good job in giving your pitch to the recruits, but has there ever been, well, let me ask this, what do recruits voice in terms of their disapproval? What do they say that they don't like about the University of Florida, if anything, and how do you try to fix that?
I think a lot of people they like the Gators, think they're really high on the Gators, but they're just unsure about the whole Coach Muschamp Boxy deal that all these reporters are talking about, which I really don't see as a problem, because as long as offense produces, we'll be straight, we'll be fine.
Well, the offense was a big problem a year ago, so I have to say that is somewhat a legitimate concern, but there's a new offensive coordinator in town. Kurt Roper comes over from Duke. Jeff Driscoll is healthy. A lot of the guys in offense are healthier than they were a year ago. What's your prediction for this offense in 2014? How good do you think they can be?
Well, you saw what Coach Roper did at Duke. He turned the program around, put them in the top 25, played in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. I'm extremely confident in Coach Roper and what he can do.
What have you seen in terms of the tempo of the University of Florida, or have you seen them at all?
I've seen the practices in the spring games. They're a high-tempo team, and I like what I see. It makes defense harder substitution-wise, and it makes them have the chance to play and to go.
Well, during his career in Florida, for some reason, I don't understand, Jeff Driscoll has gotten quite a bit of criticism. People forget that he's won a lot of games as a starter. He's gone to Tallahassee, he's won there. He's gone to Texas A&M, beat Johnny Manziel in his own home. He's beaten LSU, he's beaten South Carolina. A lot of big-time wins, yet he's still getting criticized. What are your thoughts on Jeff Driscoll for this coming year?
I really like Jeff. I've seen him at practice working. He looks really good. Saw him in the spring game. He looked a lot better than he did last season. He looks like he's improved. With the leg injury like that, it kills your team, and plus 25 injuries. And you're playing second and third string guys in the SEC. It's going to be a tough time to win. He's, I guess, got the short end of the stick when everybody's looking at Jeff Driscoll with a 4-8 season. Kind of relating that together, I guess.
Well, Tyler, you mentioned the 4-8 season. Will Muschamp is, according to a lot of people, on the proverbial hot seat, and he enters 2014 with a lot to prove, I think, but I also think he can get it done. But I want you to tell me, what do you think that the Florida Gators have to do in order for Will Muschamp to keep his job?
To be honest, I think it's just improvement in the offense. And I don't think there's really a magic number of wins they need or a certain number of points a game. I think as long as they improve in the offense and they show improvement and they're climbing uphill, Coach Muschamp will be all right.
Well, we talked a little bit about the recruiting class he's working on right now. Now I'm going to talk to you about the uncommitted guys. Any surprises we might hear of in the next few weeks?
Maybe, I don't know. I've been talking to a bunch of guys, and I know that they like Florida, and they're kind of torn between a few schools. So I know Florida's in their top 5 or top 3.
Who specifically have you been putting in work with, or can you not tell me that?
I don't know where they're going to go yet, but I've been talking to Jalen Merrick a lot. I know he's a hot target for Florida. Javaris Davis, he's a North Carolina commit. I've been talking to him a lot. Ever since Dalen Mack decided to take his visit to take an official to Florida, I've been kind of on him a lot. And there's probably Twitter messaging people, at least 5 or 6 people a day, 5 or 6 recruits a day.
So tell me about that. What is a typical day like for you as a recruiter?
It's kind of complicated because I'm at practice, so I'm dead tired at home. So actually, I really have nothing to do, so I'll sit there and message recruits and tweet at them, and if I have the number, I'll text them.
Well, we're talking a lot about recruiting in the Florida Gators and committing and whatnot, but you still have one more year of high school. What are you looking forward to doing in your senior year?
Senior year, just playing with my teammates, having fun, hopefully winning a district championship and going as far as we can in the playoffs.
Well, you are very highly touted. A lot of people think you're going to be very successful at Florida someday, including myself, but I'm sure that even you have something you'd like to work on your senior year. What do you most want to improve before you step foot on the University of Florida campus?
A lot of technique, and I think I got to get a little bit stronger. Pushing 310, 320 pound guys out of the way. Got to get stronger, and my size or my height is